Early the next morning, as the sunrise painted the fjords of Arendelle in warm colors, Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven set out on their journey. "Hiya!" Kristoff called, holding Sven's reins. The reindeer trotted forward. Pulling the wagon with the rest of the group in it, Olaf broke the silence, now realizing that everyone was lost in their own thoughts of what might happen during the trip. "Who's in the trivia?" "Yes," he asked gleefully. No answer, save responding to himself. "I am." "Okay." Anna and Elsa eyed across the snowman's head. They smiled at each other, settled in for the trip. Listening to Olaf spout off his fun facts, he had always been interested in unusual tidbits of information, but ever since he learned to read, his interest had grown tremendously. "Did you know that water has memory?" he asked. His friends found some of his facts to be interesting, but some were just plain strange. "Did you know gorillas burp when they're happy?" Olaf chirped. As the miles and hours went by, they passed the sparkling waterfalls in the mountains around the fjord as the sun beat down on them from its highest point of the day. Olaf continued with his never-ending list of facts. This time, when Elsa caught Anna's glance, they both slowly shook their heads and rolled their eyes. When the sun began to set, they finally reached the magnificent ice palace Elsa had built for herself. The sisters stared at it, remembering Elsa's coronation day 3 years before, when Anna had approached her sister and asked for her blessing to marry Hans. She and Elsa had thought. Elsa had found it ridiculous that Anna wanted to marry a man she had just met. And because of that, Elsa's magical secret, which she had worked so hard to keep hidden, was revealed during their spat. When Anna accidentally pulled off one of Elsa's gloves, and ice shot from her hand. Anna had felt so lost when Elsa ran off, but she didn't blame Elsa. If she had accused the sorcery by the Duke of Wessington, Anna probably would have run away too. But Anna didn't care if her sister could freeze things or even she could set things on fire. She had just wanted to be with her and for the two of them to be sisters again. Instead, all she could feel was the hurt that consumed her after calling her to Elsa as her sister ran farther and farther away. Anna could imagine how lonely and afraid Elsa had been too. As Elsa stared at her beautiful ice palace, her thoughts also returned to that day. She remembered how scared she'd been, scared she would hurt Anna and others with her power if she stayed, and scared that her people would think she was a monster once they saw what her powers could do. Her sister wanted her to come back, but all Elsa think about that moment was running as far from Arendelle as possible, so she could protect Anna, like she'd always tried to do. Elsa's confidence had grown when she realized the full extent of what she can do with her magic. It wasn't until after Anna had sacrificed herself for Elsa, because the true love she felt for her sister, that Elsa finally embraced the truth. Her magic wasn't a curse. It wasn't meant to hurt people. Elsa could do more than build snow and make beautiful icy patterns. She had constructed a magnificent ice palace that still stood strong today. Her magic was, and always had been, a gift. Olaf's giggle pulled Elsa out of her memories. Did you know men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning? The snowman told whoever was still listening. Sorry, Kristoff. They kept going over the ridge beyond the ice palace, farther north. than they had ever gone before.